Let's speak to the people of Game constituency. And I want to get your political history there right. You didn't contest in 1992 at the advent of multi-party.
Correct.
Tell us briefly what happened there, and then how did you come to get into
come into Parliament later.
Parliament later.
Yeah, so I think we touched on it a bit earlier, that though you have a party dominance in your area, you can suffer as a consequence. Because when the party decided that Mbaka was the candidate, Jaramogi came, told me that this is what the decision that he has made as a party. And it became very difficult for me to
accept it.
to upset him, so I didn't contest.
So it was not the people of Game who decided Mbaka over you. It was the party.
No, it was the party.
Wonderful.
It was the party. So now after that, I decided that it will be better, instead of resisting it, it's better I comply.
Right.
I supported Oki with everything I had. People were supporting me financially, vehicle, and so on, and I stood with him.
Wonderful.
Then, come about 3 years of Mbaka's tenure, he became very sick. Unfortunately, and I remember Achengo Neko and myself, and many other people, we sat down and it was arranged that he's taken for treatment in the US.
Yes. Which
was done, and he stayed there for quite a while. But when he came back, he had lost his vision. So he continued with the rest of his parliamentary 5 years, remaining 1.5 years as a blind person. In fact, he was appointed the Constitutional Review when he was blind, which he did very well. But now, coming election, he came and approached me. He told me, Joe, you did what I would not believe a gentleman can do to his fellow mate. You didn't give me a difficult time. You agreed to step down when Jaramogi requested you. You supported me with whatever, everything you had, mali na kila kitu. And now, I'm not going to contest, but I'm going to support you in Ford Kenya. So don't have to worry to go to another party, because this is the party that I will prefer to support you. And I told him, even me, I'm not going to any other party. I'm going to contest in Ford Kenya, and hopefully I know that I'm going to succeed. So that's what happened. But it was so this is 97. 97, and it had a bit of twist, which I should.
Yes, I thought there was a bit of twist. Yeah.
You see, the same problem we're talking about, the candidature.
Yeah.
The people of Game went to nomination and nominated somebody.
Right.
Yeah. Then the party gave the ticket to
somebody else.
Yeah. So they went to court. Huh? So when they went to court, by the time the nomination day was coming to present papers, the court had not delivered its ruling.
But so I need to get something there straight. In your earlier history, you told us that you were cousins with Raila and the Ogingas. Why didn't you move together with them like you started in 92, so that you joined the NDP with them?
You know, just before Jaramogi passed on,
right,
he came to Game to our home.
Yes.
The Dondes.
Yes.
My father died that time.
Yeah.
So he came, and I was within Game. So people told me, oh, Jaramogi is at home. So when I went there.
Must be 93 or 90?
No, it was just, let me just tell you the story so you get it right.
Yes.
So when he came, I found him there, we talked. Then he said that I want you to go with me to Nairobi the day after tomorrow. Then we talked about politics. He told me that never leave Ford Kenya. I know if I'm not there, there'll be a lot of push for people to take my seat. But I'm telling you that Wamalwa is my preferred person to take over from me. So make sure, since you are part of the family, that you make this thing very clear to everybody.
Mheshimiwa, you want to say that looking at the camera?
Yes. Jaramogi himself was at home in game. And he came and told me that I want you to come to Kisumu the day after tomorrow. We travel together to get to Nairobi, because I wanted to go and see Moi, to see if we can sort out something for you to do for the time being.
Correct.
And then he said that the other reason why I've come here is to let you know that Michael Wamalwa is my preferred successor to take over from me.
Yes.
And because you are normally very straight,
yes,
I want you to make sure that whenever I'm not there, nobody should remove Wamalwa from power. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for us, the Luo community, to ascend to power.
Wonderful.
If we remove Wamalwa.
Wonderful.
Then the next day, I was home. Then the third day, when I was now preparing to go to Kisumu, because at that time I was still living in my Simba, in my mother's home.
Correct.
So I dressed up, and when I was going to have breakfast, the weather was very bad.
Correct.
It was cloudy. You couldn't see even far in game. So my mother asked me...
Can you not even watch?
Not even watch. My mother asked me, where are you going? So I said, Jaramogi was here the other day and he said I...
join him.
Join him. Said, you didn't have a radio in your room? I said, no, Jaramogi has passed on. I did not even know what to do, because it was such a confusion. And imagine, he was with me a day before, at 1 or 2 days before, and he was telling me all these things.
Yes.
So after that, the rest is history. I decided to, and I suspect he told somebody else the same story. Mm-hmm. To be precise, Orango. So the next day, after I had been to my place, the next day on Tuesday, those days we didn't have mobiles.
Yes.
So when he went to Kisumu, he fell ill.
Yes.
So when he fell ill, he had a doctor called Nanino.
Dr. Olael.
So according to Olael, Jaramogi asked Olael to call Orengo from Nairobi to come to Kisumu.
Correct.
That was the next day. So when Orengo arrived, he also talked to Orengo about
the same thing,
the party situation.
Wonderful.
And then he died at night, and the next day. So after that, me and Orengo, we decided that to follow his instructions. So we remained in the party.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's why Orengo even didn't leave the party, because he had actually given us firm instructions that for us to move forward as a community, we must support Michael Kijana Wamalwa to carry on with the Ford Kenya, so that we can get the support of other.
Great history. Take me to 1997, now that the NDP protagonists were locked in court. Did you get in unopposed as a Ford Kenya candidate, or you had other competitors?
No, nobody was brave enough to stand with another party.
So you went in unopposed?
Yeah, the Ford Kenya gave me a ticket because there's nobody who wanted to run in the Ford Kenya ticket.
No. I'm asking about now the general election.
No. I say what you mean. So we were 3 candidates. We were supposed to be 3.
Yes.
Grace Ogot was in Kano.
Yes.
And NDP was there.
Yes.
And me in Ford Kenya.
Who was in NDP?
It was somebody called Asimba. But they had given the ticket to Asiko. So that what brought the problem. The problem. So we remained only with Grace Ogot.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So we went to election like that.
Okay.
And then I won the election.
Congratulations. Now tell me, you served in the 8th Parliament?
Yes, it was the 8th Parliament.
Yes.
And there's part of a story I should tell you. When Jaramogi passed on, At that time, Nyong had been elected in Parliament, but he was the executive director of Ford Kenya.
Yes.
So immediately, Wamala took over. Wamala appointed me the executive director of the party.
Uh-huh.
So I served as executive director running the affairs of the party.
Uh-huh.
Then when I became member of Parliament, I now became the vice chair of the party of Wamala. So I also became the vice chair of Wamala and played a lot of role during the 5 years I was in Parliament.
That you were working with Wamalwa as the executive director.
Yes, for 4 years.
For 4 years. That means you were there when there was a tussle between Wamalwa and Raila.
I was there throughout, and I was in the center of it because I'm the one who was organizing all the meetings, organizing all the delegates. I'm the one who had the key to the delegates. That's why it was very easy for Wamalwa to remain in the seat. I
know you have just told us that you had instructions from Jaramogi, the founder of the party. And you also told us that you're a cousin to Raila and Oburu.
Yes.
As the executive director, how did you balance between being loyal to Wamalwa as instructed and leaving out your cousin? No,
I was being loyal to Jaramogi's words.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think even Orengo was being loyal to Jaramogi's word. That's why both of us remained. And in fact, when we went to the election, we elected Wamalwa at that time, which there was no problem. But now Raila also, when it comes to vice chair, there was a tussle between Orengo and Raila. And of course, me and Wamalwa, we supported Orengo. And I think Orengo beat Raila by, I think, 1 vote or 2 votes to become the vice chair of the party, which he resigned when now we are in Parliament and the NDP was getting stronger and stronger. And that's how now I became the vice chairman.
Take me forward that now you are an MP, you are representing the people of Game. What was your promise to the people of Game, and to what extent did you achieve that?
Well, you know, when I was in Parliament, I was looking at issues twofold. I knew that primarily I'm a legislator, but I also represent the people.
Correct.
And I want to remind you that when I went to Parliament in 1998, the salary of a member of Parliament was 74,000.
Yes.
So this question of having luxury or doing many things was not possible.
Correct.
Though we still had a Rambe, we still have to be with the people most of the time. We didn't have vehicles. We didn't have many of those things. So I concentrated on trying to be close to the people, at the same time to do legislation. For example, I'll give you one example. This old age stipend, I brought a motion about it. This free primary education, which Kibaki implemented, I'm the one who brought the motion and it was passed. And we promised that whoever takes power will implement it, which Kibaki did. Also, this affordable housing, which is now happening, I also brought a motion about it, though the model which what the motion is not the same model which is being used now, but I brought it. So I brought so many legislation trying to make the country more better. But most of them, those legislation were implemented after I left Parliament. Even this retirement age of 55 to 60, I brought it, but it was implemented after I left. This microfinance, it was also implemented after I left. But within those 5 years, I brought all those things to Parliament. And if you go to the Hansard, you'll see all of them.
That's very admirable, Mheshimiwa, because that's what I was asking. I was just packaging it differently. You are very rich in legislation. Yeah. As you are campaigning against Grace Ogot, what were you telling the people of Game that catapulted you to victory ahead of grace? Because
Yeah.
those legislations are very good.
Yeah.
Did you use them?
No, but we didn't use them. I think what made me, even before then, 92, 93, when Mbaka was going to go, there was an education that people wanted me to be, for one reason. First of all, I was very down to earth with the game people.
Wonderful.
And I was very visible
Yes.
to them all the time.
Yes.
And then they also admired my character.
Uh-huh.
So they thought that the way I do things for myself, I'll do it for them.
Uh-huh.
The way I carry myself around them, I'll continue to do it. So they were not very much. They were electing me because they knew who I was.
They had a relationship with you.
Yeah, and they thought that this is not a gentleman who can change once he's been elected. So it was something like that. So I didn't have to say many things. I just said the way you see me is the way I'll lead the people.
I've heard you with your various pieces of legislation that you initiated. There are about 5, 6.
Yes, correct.
Tell me, which is your most memorable in terms of your legacy in Parliament that you want to be proud about?
Unfortunately, the one I thought would make me very popular was the free primary education. I brought the motion. The government really opposed it. That time, Kalonzo was Minister for Education. Mudi Awori was Assistant Minister. And we argued in Parliament. I even told them how much it will cost to help each child get free primary education. And it was unanimously passed in Parliament, but it never caught the attention of the people. And even we agreed in Parliament that whoever in opposition takes power, that's the first thing which will be done. And when Kibaki took power, that's the first announcement he did. Unfortunately, that one did not propel me did not make people know me, but the so-called Donde Bill, the one of the finance.
Before you get there, this one of free primary education, did you sign on it as a bill, as a Donde Bill?
Yes, it was. If it is there.
Yes, I'm not arguing.
Passed. And it was fought very strongly by the ministers.
That's what I want to understand. I'm not arguing. Where did you get this inspiration that Kenya needed free primary education, and how did you lobby your colleagues in Parliament to support?
Yeah, the reason, actually, I tell you what happened. One time I was going to the constituency, and I found some children with the primary school uniform that they had been sent away. They didn't have money. So I asked one of the kids, how much money do they want from you? He said it's 50 shillings, some money they were supposed to pay. So I was very annoyed. I said, how can a parent fail to pay 50 shillings? So I took this kid with me in the car and went to their home. When I reached there, I was in tears. I could not believe that this child is coming from such abject poverty. He didn't have a mother. He didn't have a father. He was being looked after the grandmother who was disabled, struggling, even food. So I said to myself, surely 50 shillings can stop a child from going to school. I'm sure the government can be able to pay, because we know the number of children, primary school children, at that time there were 3 point something. So I said, if we pay for each school says we need from each child 600.
Yes.
Then the government pays and everybody goes free.
Yes.
So that was the motivation because of that small child.
Wonderful.
So I came back to Parliament, sat down and crafted the motion. Long time you have to put motion first before you bring the bill.
Yeah.
I crafted a motion on even how the government should finance it. It should be sent capitation for each child so that each child stays in class and the government pays the teachers. So it was very well done. It was easy to implement. And the moment it was passed and when Kibaki announced it, the primary school population increased by nearly over the rest is history. So it was not an easy thing, but if you have because you need to budget and ask Parliament, surely can't we manage to
correct
this amount of money? Yeah. We are the one allocating money. Why can't we allocate? So they saw it. It's just even like the Donde bill. The arguments were so clear. See, once you put your argument and everybody understands it, it becomes very easy.
Very easy. You were in Parliament for one term, two terms?
One term, yeah.
So it's the same period that you did the Donde bill?
Yes, I did all these things in one term. And can you believe me, it's 23, 24 years ago since I was in Parliament. But it's like tomorrow, it's like yesterday to a lot of people. When they meet me, they make me think, yeah, because those 5 years were very impactful.
But tell me, Mheshimiwa, because when I mention Joe Donde, people just think Donde bill.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Can you explain to the ordinary folks, like you're explaining to a 5-year-old, what is Donde bill?
Donde bill is about the cost of money.
Wonderful.
And that in the technical language, it's called interest rate.
Yeah.
So if interest rate, if you borrow money at a very high cost, number one, you may not be able to repay it easily. So the chances of default is very high. When you default and you are being punished again, it even complicates the whole thing, because you can't punish somebody who is unable to pay.
Correct.
And the reason I'm unable to pay is interest rate.
Yes.
And I was able to demonstrate to the government in the floor of the House that the government is now paying interest of 36%. And at that time, so they have borrowed this much, and they are paying interest this much. So I'm asking them, if we can bring the interest, control it the way it is being done in Europe through Monetary Policy Committee, we'll be able to use that money to do other things, and we'll also be able to develop the country because people can be able to access money and things will move on. So basically, it was not only good for the people, it was also good for the government. Because at the moment, 6 months ago, the government was borrowing at 16% on 1 year. Now they are borrowing at 9%. So imagine the saving the government is making when they control the interest rate. So I borrowed the Monetary Policy MPC committee from Britain, and I put it into law here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and this is exactly what is still working up to now. So that every 2 months they announce the interest rate.
Congratulations, Mheshimiwa. That was a great feat. Yeah. But tell me, I'm not done with you yet. Philosophically, money is barren. Money does not give birth.
That is true.
Why do we charge interest rate on money, which should only be a medium of exchange?
Yeah, unfortunately, this has been historical. When people become an entrepreneur, because in economics, factors for production used to be known as labor, capital, and land.
Correct.
But they are forgetting that those three must be put together by somebody called entrepreneur.
Correct.
So that they can be able to exchange. So historically, the people who are going out to look for voyage, like in a Vasco da Gama, going out of Europe, and the people used to help them with gold and so on, so that they go, and when they come back, they pay back. But soon became realized that in order for you to come and pay back, they must put something on top as an incentive for the guy giving you the money to go and do what you want to do. So that incentive is what now developed into interest rate. And now, as people become more greedy and greedy, they now increase it, and now it becomes a heavy burden.
Correct.
For the country and also for the people.
Let me bring that area to a close by asking you this question. Today, the globe, the entire world, is under a huge debt running into about 300 trillion. While we know the world production annually is about probably 100 trillion. And the world is indebted to the tune of 300 trillion. To whom is this amount owed?
You know, that's why it's difficult to remove the dollar from being the official world currency.
The world reserve currency.
Because, first of all, we don't know how much money the Americans have in gold reserve and so on. First of all, they removed gold to be the standard.
Correct.
And they put the dollar.
Correct.
And then from there now everything has gone haywire. Because when there's a war, for example, most countries just print money and finance the war, especially in dollars. So it reaches a situation, for example, I'll give you a country like Japan.
Correct.
Japan has a debt more than the value of the country.
Correct.
Yet they are just managing
Correct.
things. So really, having debt of that level does not mean anything bad.
Correct.
But the problem is that those who have, like the Americans, like the Norway, like Japan, and so on, once you want to go that route, and you are a country like Kenya or third world countries, they make sure they make things difficult. The IMF comes in, the World Bank comes in, to make sure that you don't be the way those other countries are, because there's just suppressing others, simply like that. I don't think...